Hi, Jang-ho. Top U.S. diplomats have come to the region to discuss numerous issues, including North Korea. Secretary of Defense James Mattis is now in China for the first leg of a three-nation Asia tour, which will also bring him to South Korea and Japan. In remarks to reporters before he left the U.S., Mattis noted that North Korea still has serious missile capabilities. National Security Advisor John Bolton, meanwhile, is heading to Moscow to iron out the details of a possible summit between President Trump and President Putin. EG1 has this report.
U.S. Secretary of Defense James Mattis said North Korea's ballistic missile capabilities still exist today, but that the U.S. hopes the issue can be solved through diplomacy. At a press conference in Alaska on Tuesday, before heading to meet his counterparts in South Korea, China, and Japan, Mattis told reporters that the U.S. takes Pyongyang's capabilities very seriously. But he added that for now, there is full support for the diplomats who are trying to solve the issue, namely U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and National Security Advisor John Bolton, and that the U.S. will see progress in the days and weeks ahead. When asked if he is confident that the U.S. missile defense systems would work if needed, Mattis assured that he is absolutely confident. And answering a question on whether there will still be a need to continue to expand the missile defense base Fort Greely in Alaska if the current talks with North Korea bear fruit, Mattis said that even if one threat goes away, the U.S. must stay alert to other potential threats. Mattis arrived in China on Tuesday, becoming the first defense secretary to visit Beijing since 2014. During his three-day stay, he will focus on improving security dialogue with Beijing. Mattis will then travel to Seoul on Thursday for talks with South Korean Defense Minister Song Young-moo before heading to Japan. Meanwhile, Security Advisor John Bolton is expected in Moscow on Wednesday for talks with his Russian counterpart and possibly with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The Kremlin said on Tuesday the two diplomats will talk about international security and stability, disarmament, regional problems, and bilateral ties. This is seen as an effort to pave the way for a possible summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russia's President Putin. Bolton is due to give a news conference Wednesday afternoon on the outcome of his visit and possibly on the details of the possible U.S.-Russia summit. 이지원, 아리랑 뉴스.